What if I told you that the world's most celebrated day of love was not born in heaven, but in pagan temples? What if Valentine's Day is not just about romance, but about ancient gods, hidden rituals, and spiritual influence? And what if millions of people today are unknowingly celebrating ideas of love that did not come from God? Tonight, we expose the truth, not with opinions, not with emotions, but with history. 5 pagan gods, 1 modern celebration, and one of them is so familiar, so innocent-looking, that people have turned him into a symbol of love. Yes, Cupid. But before we reveal who Cupid really was, we must ask a deeper question. What are pagan gods? In simple words, pagan god is a spiritual figure worshipped outside the true God. In the Bible, pagan gods were often linked to fertility, pleasure, power, nature, and human desire. The Bible warns about them clearly. They sacrificed to demons, not to God. Deuteronomy 32 verse 17. Pagan gods were not just stories. They shaped cultures, festivals, and traditions. And many modern celebrations today did not start in churches. They started in pagan temples. So if Valentine's Day has pagan roots, the next question is, who are these 5 pagan gods linked to Valentine's Day? 1. Lupercus, god of fertility and lust. Lupercus was a Roman god associated with fertility and sexual desire. Every year in mid-February, Romans celebrated a festival called Lupercalia. How was he honored? Priests sacrificed animals. Young men ran through the streets. They struck women with animal skins to bless them with fertility. Names of young women were placed in a lottery for pairing. This festival was not about love. It was about passion, desire, and physical attraction. Important truth. Valentine's Day replaced Lupercalia when Christianity tried to stop pagan rituals. But the spirit of the festival never fully disappeared. 2. Pan, god of wild desire and instinct. Pan was a Greek god of nature, wilderness, and uncontrolled desire. He was often portrayed with horns, animal features, and a wild, untamed nature. How was Pan honored? Music and dancing in forests, rituals celebrating physical pleasure, festivals focused on freedom from moral limits. Pan represented a love without boundaries, love without responsibility, love without God. Important truth. Many modern ideas of love without limits echo the spirit of Pan. 3. Venus, goddess of romantic love and beauty. Venus was the Roman goddess of beauty, attraction, and romance. She symbolized physical beauty, charm, emotional desire. How was Venus honored? Temples dedicated to her beauty, offerings of flowers and perfumes, festivals celebrating romantic attraction. Venus taught people to worship beauty and desire. Important truth. Today, Valentine's culture still worships beauty, attraction, and romance over commitment and holiness. But now, we come to the most famous figure of all. 4. Cupid, the god people mistake for innocent love. Cupid was not just a cute baby with wings. He was the Roman god of desire. His arrows did not create love. They created obsession. In Roman mythology, Cupid shot arrows to make people fall uncontrollably in love. His love was irrational, emotional, and often destructive. He did not represent commitment or sacrifice. How was Cupid honored? Stories and symbols celebrating irresistible attraction. Art portraying love as something magical and uncontrollable. Cultural. Myths teaching that love is a force beyond reason. Important truth. The modern image of Cupid hides his original meaning. He was not about godly love. He was about uncontrollable desire. And there is one more figure people rarely talk about. 5. Juno, goddess of marriage and pairing. Juno was the Roman goddess of marriage and women. She was honored during the Lupercalia festivals. How was Juno honored? Pairing rituals between men and women, prayers for successful relationships, ceremonies, asking her to bless unions. But these unions were not always based on love. They were often based on chance, attraction, and social status. This is the important truth. Even the idea of matching lovers during Valentine's traces back to Juno's rituals. Why does this matter today? You might ask, so what? They are just myths. They don't affect us today. But here is the truth. Cultures do not die. They transform. The names of the gods disappeared, but their ideas remained. Today, Valentine's Day teaches love without God, desire without discipline, attraction without purpose, romance without truth. But the Bible teaches a different kind of love. Love is patient, love is kind. 1 Corinthians 13. Biblical love is not driven by arrows of Cupid. It is guided by the Spirit of God. And here is the uncomfortable truth. These gods are no longer worshipped in temples, but their ideas are still worshipped in culture. Lupercus lives in the idea that love is instinct. Juno lives in the idea that love is destiny. Venus lives in the idea that love is beauty and attraction. Cupid lives in the idea that love is uncontrollable passion. Pan lives in the idea that love has no boundaries. And the world celebrates these ideas every February, not with sacrifices, but with mindsets, not with rituals, but with beliefs, not with altars, but with hearts. Now the Christian contrast. But the Bible teaches something radically different. The world says, love is a feeling. God says, love is a choice. The world says, follow your heart. God says, guard your heart. The world says, love is passion. God says, love is sacrifice. The world says, love is pleasure. God says, love is holiness. So if Valentine's Day was shaped by pagan gods and cultural myths, then we must ask a deeper question. What about the idea of soulmates? Is there really one person destined for you? Or is that just another beautiful myth we inherited from culture? In the next video, we'll uncover what the Bible actually says about soulmates, and the truth might surprise you. Don't miss it.